Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Maggie Caesar. I'm the Senior Customer Marketing Manager for Project Site. And today, Project Site's Product Manager, Elliot Jones, is going to be reviewing some of the features and functionality of the new Project Site mobile app, which was released last month. All right, so at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Elliot Jones, Product Manager.
Okay, so good morning and afternoon all. Like Maggie said, I'm the Project Site Product Manager for mobile. And today I want to talk about our overall mobile strategy, as well as give a demo of our brand new mobile app. Before I jump into the demo, I want to give a quick overview of what our strategy for mobile is and what this looks like to our users. So at a high level, our goal is to focus on innovative mobility across both platforms and devices. And we aim to reduce the need for manual data entry as much as we possibly can. So just to go through our strategy and to look at some of the areas that we're focusing on. So one of them is IoT sensors. We're also looking at mixed reality. So within Trimble, we have a significant portfolio of mixed reality devices. So we work with Microsoft on the HoloLens 2. We brand it as the XR10. We also have the Sight Vision product. We're also looking into field productivity and progress reporting, machine control and robotics. Some of you may have seen the work we're doing with the Spot autonomous robot. And also access management. We work with CrewSight product that offers access management to our users. And of course, phones and tablets. So this graphic indicates our mobile strategy and the areas we'll be focusing on in the coming months and years. And as we progress into some of these areas, I look forward to engaging you and getting your, sorry about that. So I look forward to engaging you and getting your feedback and your input on our strategy moving forward. But like I said, for today's webinar, we're going to focus mostly on our phones and tablets. Okay, so with the announcement 2 weeks ago of our new mobile app release, we now have a suite of Project Site mobile products. So this includes both our existing iPad app and our new brand new mobile smartphone app. So with the launch of the new smartphone app, we made some major changes to our overall technology. We've upgraded our technology. So this in the future will allow us to support not only phones, which we do now, but also tablets on the new apps and working across both iOS and Android. But I do want to point out here and just to iterate that we're not initially replacing the existing iPad application for any of you using that. This may be our longer term goal, but for now it remains a core part of our overall solutions and overall strategy. And we continue to update and innovate the iPad platform. And in fact, we had a release this week with some enhancements to the iPad, and we have another one scheduled for next week as well. Okay, so for those of you not familiar with the current iPad application, I wanted to outline some of the key functionality on this product. So drawings is one of the main areas of use. This is very important to our users. So we allow you to view, manage, and even annotate your projects from the field. So with RFIs, you have complete visibility into all of the RFIs as they're created. And you can also update the RFI and see resolved RFIs from the field. Submittals as well. So you can view your submittals from the site, ensuring you have access to that critical construction, critical decision-making information. You can create daily reports from the field. You have your file library, so access all of your files from the field, and issue field work directives. So you can manage unexpected events, account for additional work, or provide clarification to project teams. That's just kind of a summary of some of the high-level functionality within the product. There is additional functionality and much more value to our users within the product. So switching over to our big announcement, that's the focus of this webinar, is we released the Project Site smartphone app, I believe it was 2 weeks ago. And this works on both iOS and Android devices. And it's our first release of the new app. And where we are from here, the innovation will continue. We'll continue to update and add new functionality to this device. So like I said, it supports both iOS and Android devices. It's tailored to both your project and field engineers within the GC, and also works or is also focused on adding value to your subcontractors as well if you want to get them into the project site ecosystem. And importantly, it does function offline as well. So with the first release of the app, we're supporting and we're focusing on both the drawings and punch module. We will be adding additional modules in the future, and we continue to iterate and bring new value to our users. But for now, with the initial release, we have both punch and drawings. So within the punch module, we allow our users to easily record, edit, and resolve punch items. You can capture photos and videos from the field. Importantly, you can pin the location of the punch to a drawing, so your contractors or you have visibility into where the issues are located. You can link additional drawings, and to ensure the issues are followed up on and they are resolved, you can add due dates and you can add assignees to the record. And ultimately, you can create a punch in the field, manage it, and resolve it all the way from the field as well. So you no longer have to manage punch items from the office. So then switching over to drawings. So within this module, the user can view all of your project drawings from the field, access the latest revisions, and importantly, we will update any drawings if there's a new revision published. We'll let you know that there is a new version or revision available, and we'll always let the user know if they're looking at the current or a past revision of the drawing. So ultimately, our goal here is to maximize the likelihood that the project is built correctly by giving you access to these critical project drawings and ensuring that you're aware if there's any revision changes issued. And in addition to that, with Punch, you can resolve construction conflicts or issues from your drawing. Okay, so with that, I am going to switch over to the app itself. Just give me a minute here while I get set up.
Elliot, I'm just going to ask a quick question that came in.
Yeah, please.
We have a question here. Are user-defined fields going to be available in the mobile app?
User-defined fields. So custom fields, yes. So currently, in Punch, we do not support custom fields, but we will be adding that in the future. Okay, I'm ready to go here. Was there any other questions that came in, Maggie, or I keep going with the demo?
There were two others, but I addressed them in the chat. Okay,
sounds good. All right, so I'm going to switch over to the app itself and just give you a quick high-level overview of the functionality within the product. So the first thing you'll see is the sign-in. So it's the same sign-in that you would use from Project Site Web. It leverages the Trimble identity profile. So what I can do is I can log in directly with my email and password, or if you're a Google user, you can log in with your Google device or your Google profile, which is what I'm going to do here. Okay, so once I've logged into the app, the first page I'll see is the list of all of your projects that you're a contributor on and you have access to. So in my case, it's a significant list of projects, but in most cases, as a user, you would have less projects. So scrolling through the list as well, you'll see that there's some projects that are downloaded locally on the device, or some that need to be downloaded. So if you look on the right-hand side of the project card, you'll see a download icon, as well as the file size of that project. So once I've loaded the project, you'll see the two modules that I have access to. So it's Punch and Drawings. You also have a side menu. So I can just access that by swiping to the left or using the hamburger menu. So within that, I can navigate back to my projects list, back to the home page, or I can just navigate directly to Drawings or Punch. We also have the help function here as well. It's searchable, so if I'm having an issue with this particular thing, I can just search that in here. Or using the side menu here, I can search for if I need help on the punch item, I select that, and here's the list of help items within punch. We also have our settings located on the side menu as well. So within settings, I can change my region. I can also look at my usage and sync settings. So this is where if a project is finished, I can come in here and just remove the project. Or if I want to change what's being downloaded on the device. So within drawings, for instance, you can turn off the toggle to download all of your past revisions. I'll simply just do that here. And once I can do that, I can also remove all of the past drawing revisions from the device. Important to note, though, we do always download the most recent drawing. So if there's ever a new revision published, we will always download that automatically onto the device, but you can remove the previous revisions then if you wish. And within punch items as well, you can turn off to download linked drawings or turn off any attachments that you have as well. So let me go back to my home page. Okay, so then, like I said, the two modules that we have access to are drawings and punch. So if I go into punch here, the first page that I see is the view all page with the view all punch records. So at the top, you can see there's 3 or 4 filters I can use to navigate between punch items, but the default is to view all. So in this case, I'm a power user in this project. I have access to all of the punch items within that project. If I was logging in as a subcontractor or a trade, I would only see the punch items that are assigned to me or my organization. You also notice that at the top, there's a scroll bar and it's indicating it's updating. This is just searching for any updated punch items or any updated records that might have been added by an additional user or added on web. But that is just functioning in the background. So I can continue with my work while we're searching for any updates. I can also search for punch items. So we have a search feature at the top. And then, like I said, we have various filters as well. So I can look at, if I go to past due, that will only show me items that I need to follow up on. Maybe the subcontractor hasn't completed it. I need to send out a reminder to them. I can see ones that are assigned to me. In this case, I don't have any. Or I can filter by status. So if I want to see punch items that are pending reinspection, so this could be in my course or someone in my organization, where I need to go out and just validate that the work was completed. Or if I switch over to the closed status, I can see the list of all of the punch items that have been closed. And if I open one of those records, you'll see that there's a lock icon both on the card and on the record itself. So this tells me that because it's closed, I can no longer edit it, but I still have access to all of the information within the record. Go back to view all. Okay, so using the plus button at the bottom right-hand corner, we've added a couple of different ways to create a punch. So I can either do it directly from my camera. So if I'm walking the site or I'm doing a punch walk and I notice an issue, it's just very quick and easy to open up your camera, take an image of the issue, or I can create a new punch from my gallery. Or the last option, which I'm going to select, is to just bring me to the punch form. So a couple different ways to create a punch. So once I'm in the form, the first thing that a user will typically do is to add the description. So this is describing the issue that you're seeing. Again, there's a few different ways to capture that. I can simply type it out. So let's say it's a concrete issue. I can simply just type that out using the keypad. Most keypads also have a voice to text function, so I can do that. Concrete issue. And I'll just dictate the issue that I'm seeing. The last way to create a description is to use the typical conditions field. So if you'll see on the top right-hand corner, there's a magnifying glass. I can hit that. And that will bring up a list of the typical conditions that are defined on web. And these are completely user configurable. So if you want to capture various typical conditions that you're seeing, just make it easier for your field crews or just to standardize the information that they're capturing, We do have defaults built into project site. So what you're looking at here is the defaults. And this actually follows the your CSI codes as well. So you'll notice the various numbers as well. This comes directly from your CSI codes. So I can look at, let's say, architectural woodwork. And within that, there's various typical issues we can see. So let's say it's a missing footrail. So like that. So now that becomes your description of the issue. Within the description as well, you'll also notice there's a color. So in this case, it's gray. That just denotes the status of the record itself. And there's an NA number. This is the record number for the punch item. And in this project, it's auto-assigned. So once I change this record to an open stat, or I change it status, I change it out of draft, this will be sent to our server, and we'll give it a unique record number. That is configurable as well. If you want to enter in your own numbers, you can do so as well. So once I've created the title of the issue, the description, the next thing is typically to add an attachment. So again, I can take a new photo, or I can just select it from my media. So I'm going to do this here. I'm going to select this image here. I think it's pretty clear what the problem in this case is. And I can add as many images, videos as I want here. In this case, I'll just do the one. The next step then is to pin the issue, the punch item, to a drawing. And this will tell my trades, my subcontractors, exactly where the issue is. So the first page is to pick a drawing. And in this case, it will filter all of your drawings based on the drawing discipline. And all of these are expandable as well. So if I want to expand architectural, I'm going to select A2.02. That will bring up the drawing.
Elliot, I have one question here on this. For
Yes.
punch, if you pin the drawing, does it record the location?
It records the location on the drawing.
Okay.
If that's what was meant. I think that's what I'm going to demonstrate here.
Okay, great.
Okay, so a couple different ways to navigate within the drawing. I can just scroll in, or if I want to just double tap, it will just take me into a feature on the drawing. So I'm going to zoom in here. And let's say in this case, the issue was in this global services storage room 226. And then just by tapping, it will pin the location on the drawing of that punch issue. And I hit done. Within drawings, I can also link additional drawings. So if, let's say I wanted to let the trade know about some required information, I can then just link that drawing to the issue. So I'm going to select this one here. Hit done. I can also add multiple locations to a punch item. So if I want to select the same drawing here again, and in this case, let's say it was a repetitive issue, like the paint wasn't finished correctly, and it's in multiple locations. So I can just select another location on the drawing. And then when I go back into that drawing, you'll see that there's two locations for the same issue as well. I can also add a location. So I'm going to say it's the interior, second floor, I guess area C. Nope, let's try B. Okay, it was 226. Okay, so then I'm going to set the status of the record to open. I'm going to set a date for this to be completed by. So by April 30th. And next I need to assign it to the responsible party who's going to follow up on it. So I select my list of contacts here. I'm just going to do Jack Reynolds, who's a sample contact. I want to add for Jack to get this completed by the 28th. I can also add a courtesy copy. So I'm going to let Paula know about it as well. And because Paula's just courtesy copied, I don't need to set a date for her to follow up on this. Okay, then I can set a type for the record. So in this case, it's an owner punch. I'm going to set the importance to normal. And we also have commenting functionality as well. So I can just say, Jack, this is urgent. please resolve. And if I wanted to, I could add a photo within that as well, but in this case I won't. And I'm just going to send that comment with the record as well. Okay, so lastly I'll save it, and you'll see that the punch item has been created. So in terms of resolving it now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that I'm logging back in as Jack, who's a subcontractor. So he has been notified that there's a record assigned to him. He can see it either in the app. He will get sent an email as well. So he knows he has a punch item that's been assigned to him. He can select the image to see what it is, and also the drawing as well. So that's a link drawing. And if I go into this, I can see the location of where that issue is. I can just scroll in. I know exactly where the issue is based on the drawing, so it's easy for me to find or to be aware of where the problem is. Okay, so in this case now I've completed the work. This is complete. I'm going to attach an image. I'm just going to send this one back and send it. So then I'm going to change the status to pending reinspection. And if I go into the assign to, I'm going to mark that as complete from my end anyway, and then save that record. You'll see the record has changed to pending reinspection. So as the general contractor, the project manager, I can filter by pending reinspection. I see this one. You'll notice that it's in the card is now marked as done as well. That's based on what Jack sent back to me. If there was more than one party responsible for that, it would say open, and it would indicate who it was opened by. So if I go into that, I can scroll through. I'll see the Jack's comment that this is complete, and I can mark that as the resolution. So I'm happy with the work that was completed. I'm going to mark that as closed, and then save it. So that record is now closed. Okay, so if I go back to the home screen, I'll switch over to drawings. I might stop there, Maggie, to see if there's any questions related to Punch.
Yeah, one just came in.
Okay.
Do the hyperlinks on a drawing to other drawings or details also work in the app?
Good question. The hyperlinking within drawings is not something we've enabled yet. It is coming in an upcoming release, so we will be adding that functionality very soon. Okay, so if I switch over to drawings then, again, you'll notice that all of the drawings are filtered based on the discipline of the drawing, and these are all expandable. So if I want to see my architectural, my electrical, they're all expandable, and I can close that. We also have a search function. So if I want to search within the drawings for, let's say, a drawing that references level, you'll see that the number of drawings within those disciplines have all changed. So if I expand that, each of these drawings references level. And if I open up that drawing, we have a left and right indicator. So that is, it's based on your previous entry as well. So I search for drawings within level. So now if I scroll or switch to the next drawing, that will remember the search that you've added. So it's contextual based on that. So I'm only searching within drawings that have level in the title, for instance. I'm going to switch back to the list here. Let me go into architectural. I'm going to open up this drawing here. So the first thing you'll see when I open it is that within this drawing, there's been a couple of punch items that have been pinned to it. So I can see the location of all of those issues. If I select one of them, you'll see a card will pop up that has some basic information about that. And if I switch my device to landscape mode, that card will change just to fit your screen better. If I switch again, you'll also notice that there's the status indicator remains, so I can see what the status of that punch item is just by navigating through the drawing. So this punch item here is open. I'm just going to go back to portrait. And again, I can scroll left and right between my drawings using those indicators. And we spent a lot of time to make the interacting within the drawing as smooth and as quick as possible. So by scrolling in, you'll see the drawing is very responsive. It may actually be a little bit delayed on the screen share, but it's very quick and easy just to navigate within the drawing. Okay, the other feature within drawings then is by clicking on the current indicator at the top, I can scroll through the list of all of the previous revisions for that drawing. So in this case, there's quite a few revisions. And if I want to go back and see a change that was made in the previous revision, I can select that. And importantly, you'll see that the revision status has changed to not current. This is important because it lets the user know that they're no longer looking at the most recent revision of that drawing. And like I said as well, if there's any new drawings that are issued, we will indicate to the user, we'll give them a pop-up and say a new version has been published. Do you want to navigate to the most recent version? And then I'm going to navigate back to the most recent version. You can also create punch items directly from the drawing. So by hitting the plus icon at the bottom here, I'll create a punch item. First thing it will do is ask me to create the location. And in doing that, we've removed all of the other annotations from the drawing just to clear it up for you. And I'm going to select there. And then it will navigate me over to the punch to go through the process of creating the punch. And I'm just going to discard that one for now. All right, that is the new mobile app at a very high level. If you haven't, I'd encourage you to download it. So to find it, just search Project Site within either the iOS, your Apple Store, or the Google Play Store. Download it. You can use your same Project Site credentials, and you can log in and start to use it.
Elliot, I do have one more question that just came in. All these drawings and records are based on the phone. Are they based on the phone memory, or is it relaying the connectivity to the server storage?
If you download the record onto your device, it will be stored on the device. That allows us to populate that record if you're offline. So all of the information that you want will be downloaded locally onto your device.
And similar question, how does it work offline versus online?
Yeah, so same answer in that case. It's downloaded locally onto your device. So if we're talking about a drawing, that will be on your device and you can access it without having to go over the internet. So everything within the app will function offline, including creating records. And what happens in that case, if you're creating a record offline, when you have internet access available, it will push that information to the project site server, and we'll do some validation, some checks on the back end.
Great. I think that's all the questions we have came in. You addressed all of them.
All right, excellent. Well, thanks everyone for your time.
Thank you, everybody. We're recording today, and we'll share it with you in the next few days. And have a great rest of your week.